It says sheriff. I don't deal with the city council.
Oh, I didn't.
I deal with Sheriff McDuff.
No, but I called the
and that's the only one we answer to.
Understand. I never called you.
That's the only man I answer to.
Understand that. The rest of your guys can go. Because this is a conversation just to talk.
They're here for me. They're here for me now.
He wanted me to clear him up.
Do not leave.
You asked me to come here.
Good luck on your race in city council. I hope you make it. And here's the deal. When I ask for backup, I will get who I want and when I want it.
But he got to be an asshole when we got out here, when y'all pulled up.
Okay.
He resisted. That's right. We understand that. But I need to know, they need to keep him here tonight or he to go home.
I understand. Sometimes we have to have an excuse to stop people.
It wasn't an excuse. My speed on 745 was right behind you. You crossed twice, which is indicative of someone that's impaired. I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do.
Never forget that interactions with the police are interactions with the government. Many times the employers of police officers give the orders and guide policy and practice. On the state level, those could be career bureaucrats, but many times on the city and county levels, those are usually politicians. And never forget that voters tend to elect politicians who are often incompetent, tyrannical, or even criminal. In this video, you'll see a city councilman who personally meddles in law enforcement activities for his friends, his family, as well as himself. But first, I want to thank the sponsor of this video, Ridge Wallet. I've been telling you about Ridge Wallets for almost a year now. I'm a huge fan. This wallet has over 80,000 5-star reviews, and each one comes with a lifetime warranty. You can send it back for a full refund if you don't love it. Check out this new Hyper Lime Everyday Carry Kit they just released. I just got mine. Get yours while you still can. Use ridge.com/TCRL and use my code TCRL at checkout, and you'll get 10% off. The Hyperlime EDC collection includes a wallet, key case, and a bolt-action pin, all in the sweet Hyperlime color powder-coated on aerospace-grade aluminum. This pen is sweet. If you think about it, why not get serious about including a pen in your EDC? This one is designed to hold up to everyday use. It's compatible with any standard Parker pen cartridge. Its compact size easily fits in your pocket or backpack. Here's another brand new collection Ridge just released, the Ceramic Powder Collection. These are great options for female wallet users. But hey, I like the colors too. Just like the Hyperlime wallet, these powder-coated wallets are scratch resistant and weigh only 2 ounces. And like all Ridge wallets, they hold up to 12 cards and have RFID blocking technology to protect those cards from thieves. For holding cash, they come with both the cash strap and the money clip options so that you can use whichever you prefer. I've tried both. I definitely prefer the strap, but hey, you get both. Again, use my link at ridge.com/TCRL, and then at checkout, use my code TCRL, and you'll get 10% off. Thanks again to Ridge for sponsoring this video and the channel. Now let's get back to the video. This video comes to us from Rincon, Georgia, and the Georgia Virtue News. I'll link their media reports and YouTube videos below, so check them out and give them the credit they deserve for this reporting. Rincon, I don't know if it's Rincon or Rincon, Georgia, is in Effingham County, Georgia, with a population of around 10,000 people. Rincon has a city councilman named Levi Scott. Now, TGV News has been literally on this guy's. They FOIA'd a bunch of footage where he's been inserting himself, basically, into law enforcement activities. Now, when it comes to municipal law enforcement, like a city police department, that is generally owned and operated by a city leadership, a city council, which is almost just a city council and a mayor. In Rincon, there's this barbershop owned by a friend of Councilman Levi Scott. It's called Cuts by Eric. On August 31st, a sheriff's deputy pulled a guy over in a traffic stop, and that guy pulls into this business's parking lot. Next thing you know, Councilman Scott shows up.
I get stop, back up. They were not busy, so they came down. They were closer than I was. So they had to find out what was going on.
But, hey, but...
So, listen to me, what I'm getting at. If you're having an issue, I guess...
No, I'm not having an issue. I explained it to you, and I explained to him before I talked to you. That car pulled in here behind you. You had to stop behind that car. I explained that to him. But I said to you, you want to explain to him that you're not, have nothing to do with his business.
Right.
And that's all. He understands that.
Scott then inserts himself into this traffic stop, and as you'll see later, it's not the first time. Effingham County Sheriff's Office Deputy Hanschmaker is seen on the video explaining to Levi Scott that he called for backup and that Rincon PD was the closest, prompting their officers to arrive first. And he also explains That the stop has nothing to do with the business cuts by Eric, as that was simply where the motorist pulled over for the stop. While the deputy and Eric Hill, the business owner, are conversing, Scott turns around to Sergeant Hayes of the Rincon PD and he says, "The rest of your guys can go because this is just a conversation, just talking." Deputy Handschmaker then interrupts Scott and points at the Officer Hayes and says, "Do not leave, all right?" He then turns to the other officers in the background and instructs them not to leave either. At the conclusion of the stop, Scott tells Sergeant Hayes that Handschmaker was, quote, an asshole, to which Hayes replied, okay.
I want something really clear. It says sheriff. I don't deal with the city council.
Oh, I didn't.
I deal with the Sheriff McDuff.
No, but I called
and that's the only one we answer
didn't
to.
understand. I never called you.
That's the only man I answer to.
understand that.
No, my deal is we're getting, when we stop here, you're calling him, which is, I get it.
No, I didn't.
And then we're sitting there talking,
He was
and we're
already
getting upset because they're here.
The rest of your guys can go. Because this is a conversation just to talk.
They're here for me. They're here for me now.
You want me to clear him up.
Do not leave.
You asked me to come here. You asked me to go get him.
I didn't say it.
I said I was out here. They came to support me, so they will not leave until I'm done now, Mr. Scott. I am trying to be very professional with you. And
I have no problem. I have no problem with you.
Yell at,
When
come out
I-
and telling people they can leave on traffic stops. That's not your place.
Okay.
That's not your place.
Okay, I'll give you that. Okay, but the thing is, when I pulled in here for a haircut and bring these people, I looked up, I saw him. He came out the door. I said, no.
That is hell.
I said,
didn't call me.
you told me. What did I do? I turned him around, took him back inside. I told him.
That was his second comment because I was.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear. I wasn't here.
That was
But you
his
saw when
second
I pulled up.
Right? I let the first one slide.
Okay.
All right. So here's the deal.
I explained
We're
to
not
him.
messing with your building.
Oh, okay. I just.
Good luck on your race in city council. I hope you make it. But here's the deal. When I ask for a backup, I will get who I want and when I want it. And they will stay until I ask
never
for
called
it.
the problem. I just said, why
We're not
the
talking
drive
about the backup. The only thing we're talking about, when I came up, he came out the door. He came out the door saying stuff to you. What did I do? I turned him around, told him to get back in the shop. I said he stopped there because a car stopped there and he had to stop. I came back out. You told me to go get him where you can explain to him that you're not harassing his business.
I got you.
Okay then.
All right. Y'all have a good day.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate y'all for the backup. Appreciate you for staying.
Why did he call? Did he call it somebody was harassing him or somebody was what?
Well, whenever he went over the radio, we didn't know where he was at. His dispatch couldn't find him.
Yeah, I pulled up there. He asked me to go back in there and get Eric to explain to him that he's not harassing him. It's just this happened, and that's what we did. But he got to be an asshole when we got out here, when y'all pulled up.
Okay.
Additionally, there was an incident in 2018 during which time a family member of Levi Scott, his son, I believe, is alleged to have assaulted a Rincon police officer, and then Councilman Scott instructed the officers not to arrest his son. He resisted, that's right, we understand that, but I need to know. They need to keep him here at the hospital tonight, or he needs to go home. Councilman Scott can be heard telling the officer.
Okay, Rick has problems with medication and stuff like that.
Okay.
He didn't want them to take him to the hospital because we had some issues with him. He resisted. That's right. We understand that. But I need to know, they need to keep him here tonight or he can go home tonight because his medication, his heart condition,
Right.
he's not going to jail tonight.
I mean, I can't make his medical decisions for him.
Okay.
If he waives treatment, then
All right.
he goes with us.
Yeah.
So, and if he's deemed to be okay to go on his own, like if there's no reason for them to keep him here, then he also goes with us.
Then there was the time that Scott himself was pulled over. On June 13th of 2020, Scott was pulled over by Officer Ian Gallagher of the Rincon Police Department on suspicion of driving under the influence. Between the dash camera footage and the comments made in the supervisor's video, it's revealed that Officer Gallagher stopped Scott for failure to maintain lane and speeding. On the video, Gallagher explains that he was concerned that the driver, Scott, may have been impaired at the time, prompting the stop. Instead of actually investigating Scott and treating him as regular people would be treated, Councilman Scott is able to lecture the officer, and then he ends up just ending the stop himself. I'm not even kidding.
There, I may have hit that line, but I didn't cross it.
Well, hitting and crossing, that's the same.
Mr. Levi,
Yeah, how's it going?
what's going on, boss man?
I got a young man here, and I've got some concern because I knew for a fact what I was doing. I left my house and went down to the Chevrolet place, and they got a 17 Denali that I was supposed to go down there and look at. I went down to Walmart and come back up. My speedometer, my wife's sitting right there. My speedometer hadn't hit 45. And he's saying he paced me at 45. So we're gonna have to start looking at the calibrations or whatever they're pacing on these things.
Okay.
I go, as I hit the line, yes, possibility I hit the line. Do it every day. If traffic's clear, I'm driving, you know, I may hit that line. But if I cross that line here or somewhere here, but if I hit that line, we shouldn't worry about it. We shouldn't worry people if they're just hitting that line. Unless there's excessive speeding and really hitting those lines and crossing those lines. So that's something we gotta look at. Because I know for a fact what I did tonight. I watched my drive. Yeah. I know I might hit the line because I'm sitting there talking to her and we're talking about that truck I just looked at. For speeding over 45, never hit over 45. But I know you said you paced me at 45. I never hit over. I'm saying I knew for a fact I ran from 38 to up around 40 and back. So I understand sometimes we have to have an excuse to stop people.
It wasn't an excuse. My tolerance said 45. I was right behind you. You crossed twice, which is indicative of someone that's impaired. I mean, I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do.
Okay. Let's check the calibrators on this car. Let's check them Monday. Appreciate that. All right, no problem. But yeah, I know you're supposed to be doing your job. We got some issues going on here now. I met with the chief and them last Tuesday. We're gonna be careful of how we pursue individuals. Because I'm feeling something different right now because it's a calm night, slow night. And I knew where I just came from. I went up, come out of the Chevrolet place, went up, come back. I knew where my speed was. I knew it wasn't excessive. Hit that line? Yes. Possibility I hit that line. I knew I hit that line at one time. But let's be careful. Because it happened to me, and then somebody else complained, there's going to be some issues. I know you knew, but I want you to understand that you work for the public. Okay? Okay, we good. Have them check those.
I will.
Come Monday.
All right. Okay.
The important takeaway here is that by definition, civil rights issues do always involve interactions between the citizens and the government. Sometimes those government entities are large and sometimes they're small. Sometimes they're well organized and have written policies. Sometimes they are a complete train wreck. Sometimes the stars align and you have both a train wreck and also body cam footage that is actually recorded and survives. The Georgia Virtue media outlet obtained most of this footage and information through public records request, and generally every state has a version of a public records law or FOIA law. I'm not aware of any state that requires you to be a member of a legacy media organization or an official journalist of some sort to utilize these laws. You can just do it as a citizen. Now, some states do limit those requests to residents of their state. And one of the first things that I do when investigating a civil rights allegation is to serve FOIA requests on the city, county, or state agency involved, whoever the employer is of the government employee or police officer who's alleged to have violated somebody's civil rights. You never know what you're going to get. Some of the smaller train wreck towns have things like this happen regularly, and they have this infighting and whistleblowers. In my experience, you can get all sorts of good evidence in these jurisdictions. So apparently there's now an ongoing investigation into Councilman Levi Scott. We'll have to wait and see what happens with that. Things might get really crazy if his barber buddy wins his election and you get both of these guys on the Rincon City Council. And that would likely generate some good future YouTube videos. So I'd like to hear from you. Let me know what you think. Do you live in this area? Do you have experience with the Rincon Police Department or the city itself? There has to be more out there. Or is Councilman Scott onto something here? Is he attempting to protect his citizens from out-of-control law enforcement? Maybe that then caused law enforcement to retaliate against him. Doesn't appear to me that way based on what I've read on the media reports, but let me know if you think differently. So please spread the footage. Please also subscribe and help this channel. Also subscribe at the blog at thecivilrightslawyer.com so you can help me continue to educate people about their constitutional rights and about civil rights violations and government misconduct that is occurring across the country. Please also support our channel sponsors for supporting your constitutional rights, especially Ridge, who has been a big sponsor, allowing me to make more videos. There are other wallets out there, but this one supports you, so give them some business if you're in the market for a new wallet. Let me know in the comments your thoughts about this video and whether you see things differently or whether I missed something important. Remember, freedom is scary. Deal with it.